they're not going to be calm.
All right, okay.
The UH System Board of Regents has approved establishment of a College of Medicine at the University of Houston. The college will focus on preparing primary care doctors to practice in underserved urban and rural communities. UH will seek medical degree approval from the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board and initiate the process for accreditation. If approved, the UH College of Medicine would admit its first class in 2020. The Wolf Center for Entrepreneurship is ranked number 2 in the Princeton Review's list of best undergrad programs for entrepreneurs in 2018. In the past 10 years, students from the Wolf Center have created 441 businesses with more than $150 million in funding. And an obesity intervention for Hispanic students is seeing some positive results. UH researchers paired Yes Prep middle school students with high school health mentors. The mentors, called compañeros, offered daily support and advice about exercise and nutrition during PE class. After 6 months, 80% of the kids who worked with the compañeros decreased or maintained their weight. Make sure to subscribe for the latest from the University of Houston.
A lot of students wanted to do something, and a lot of people were just afraid to go on the roads because of not knowing what was dry and whatnot. And so a few friends and myself, we were just like, hey, we can drive people, let's put it on social media. And it honestly just blew up and became such a huge inspiration to, I think, a lot of Cougs on campus.
Food house, Cougs house, food house, Cougs house.
Houston and the Cougar campus has always been dedicated to helping out our community, but honestly it's been so amazing because, we don't even just have Cougars who are coming with our carpools. We have Cougars from different organizations who are coming. We've had a lot of people who are just driving in themselves and driving friends, and that's honestly all we wanted. We just wanted to give people a way to help out because I know that they wanted to.
Nearly 1 million people in the United States are living with Parkinson's disease. One of the primary symptoms is loss of balance, which can reduce independence in daily activities. Boom-Chan Lee, assistant professor in the University of Houston Department of Health and Human Performance, is creating the Smarter Balance System to help with in-home balance training.
What we actually want to pursue is to develop a system that can be easily and readily used at a home environment.
The patient wears a belt with sensors that connect to a phone via Bluetooth technology, and the Dynamic Balance app offers individually tailored exercises to improve balance.
It's almost acting as if a physical therapist is with them, guiding them.
The app will upload the data to a server where doctors can access the information to see progress and tweak exercise routines.
It will increase their confidence in performing the daily activity.
lost all mobility from about the middle of my chest down to the bottom of my feet. Really, it was after I made the majority of my recovery, I ended up here at UH. Working with the adaptive athletics and the adaptive athletes has just reinforced my passion to helping people achieve the goals that I did in my life. My therapists to this day are still a huge part of my life. In the Masters of Athletic Training program, I've gotten to develop a relationship with athletes that have been really great. The faculty, the staff are just awesome, and you can tell that they actually have a true, genuine care for how we're doing, not only in class but out of class. I feel like I've developed mentors in this program even in the short time that I've been here. My name is Ben Lariviere, and I am in the Masters of Athletic Training program at the University of Houston.
It's a big rush, I get a little nervous, but it's more like excited about performing. I love that most of the time I get to be someone I'm definitely not. So it's always really fun. I always get to play really, really fun and crazy parts. I think the faculty here at the School of Music is really, really great. The expectations are really high, and I really like that because I'm also pushed to do more. But it's been a really amazing experience. The fact that I can relate to things that I have lived or I have learned in the past and put them into my classes, it's really great. My name is Cecilia Duarte, and I am a vocal performance major at the University of Houston.
It's been 32 years since the University of Houston produced Houston Shakespeare Festival put on Richard III. Bringing the Hunchback villain to life for the 2017 season is a full production in and of itself.
I've actually never had a character that needed something like that, so this has been interesting to see how it comes together.
The Hunchback is made out of layers of foam and tailored to actor Jack Young's back, who's been training for months to wear the costume.
I've been wearing a weight vest and ankle weights because Richard is supposed to be hobbled and not have full use of his legs.
The preparation also included changing his workout routine and visits to the chiropractor for adjustments.
Trying to make sure we don't actually hurt him as a person, trying to make him look hurt. It's been interesting.
It is pretty much a 90-minute marathon sprint. It's not quite playing Elephant Man, which is
right.
Another one of these roles where we're all supposed to be humped up, but it's close.
I'm determined to change how we think about other people. I'm determined to change how we interact with one another. Rewire Society is an organization dedicated to helping people fight their insecurities, kind of open our minds and hearts toward people that we generally wouldn't. Art, photography, video expresses a message in a way that you don't have to know one specific language in order to understand. This project really has a chance of helping people understand others in a way that they never have. before. It's such a diverse campus. The University of Houston has really helped me to show that beautiful, colorful, how we're able to interact and live among ourselves and all our differences. My name is Angela Shipman, and I'm a chemistry major at the University of Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, the University of Houston welcomes you to Moore's Opera House. This is a reminder that there is no smoking in this facility and the aisles must be kept clear at all times. At this time, we ask that you please silence your cell phones and remain in your seats until the conclusion of the ceremony. In the event of an emergency, entertainment staff will direct you to the facility exit doors. Now, please take your seats for the processional led by the banner bearers Michael Chandler, Gabriela Aguilar Shalab, Jonathan Keller, and Ariel Montemayor. distinguished members of the Platform Party. Please welcome to the podium David Bertman, Associate Dean of the Kathrine G. McGovern College of the Arts, our Master of Ceremony.
Thank you. Welcome and good morning. Oh, I love the smiles on this morning. These are smiles at the front of joy. These are smiles at the front of people that have achieved their goals and are ready to set out on the next most exciting part of their lives. And the smiles back there are of people that have supported you and are here to celebrate and enjoy this moment with you. What a great day of celebration and joy it is. Would you please all stand with me this morning, all, and welcome to our stage our women's chorus, who will lead us in our national anthem. They are conducted by Dr. Jeb Mueller. Thank you, members of our women's chorus, and thank you, ROTC, for presenting our colors. You may be seated. Everyone. It's my pleasure to be the person that introduces several people, and one very important person. Before I get to do that, I would like to recognize the fact that each convocation we've had thus far has been a first. In 2016, it was our first to graduate, our first class from a consolidated college of the arts. In 2017, it was our first graduating class from the Kathrine G. McGovern College of the Arts, which is amazing. And today is not a convocation. Today is commencement. So this is the first graduating class to be confirmed degrees in the college, Kathrine G. McGovern College of the Arts, today. So you are also another first. Leadership is key. Leadership is key when you start something new. Many of you will be those leaders, and that's exciting. Leaders in your classroom, leaders in your field, leaders in your areas of expertise. I am delighted to introduce to you our leader, Dean Andrew Davis.
Good morning. It's truly a pleasure to see all of you here. It's great to see this great crowd on a cold December morning. So welcome to the fall 2017 commencement for the Kathrine G. McGovern College of the Arts. It's a momentous day for all of us, and I am proud that the college, family, and friends have gathered to honor the graduates with this ceremony. Acknowledging their commitment and sacrifice, we are delighted to recognize the graduates who have achieved this important milestone in their lives. Many integrated elements contribute to the quality of this university. The two most important things are the student body and the faculty. Our graduates are among the finest students on campus, and they represent the most creative and diligent among all of the university's student body. You might not want to repeat that at the other ceremonies, but I'll repeat that they represent the most creative and diligent among the entire university student body. Our faculty are immensely dedicated to the students, and they have committed their finest talents to the contemporary teaching and learning in the arts. Our faculty has high standards, as many of them are practicing artists and intellectuals themselves, even while at the same time their concern for our students is exceptional. So even here at the large public research institution, our faculty provide our students with a personalized education that is absolutely no less than what any of them would receive anywhere else in the country. May I ask all of the faculty of the McGovern College of the Arts to please stand and be recognized. I so appreciate what every one of you are doing for these students. And now for the introduction of our representative of the Board of Regents of the University of Houston System. Neil Muthiala was appointed to the University of Houston System Board of Regents by Governor Greg Abbott of Texas in 2017 and will serve a term that ends May 31st, 2018. Regent Muthiala will serve as a member of the Academic and Student Success and of the Facilities, Construction, and Master Planning Committees of the Board of Regents during his term. Muthiala is a junior in the Honors College and in the College of Natural Sciences and Mathematics, and he is completing a Bachelor of Science in Honors Biomedical Sciences with minors in education, biology, and medicine and society. One might ask how in the world Neil has time to be a member of the Board of Regents. He is also an active member of the Interscholastic Fishing League and the Houston Archery Club, both of them student organizations on campus. He has worked as an NSM, College of Natural Sciences and Mathematics, peer mentor. He has started a human rights panel series on the campus, and he has established the Ben Taub Critical Care Initiative volunteer service program in collaboration with Ben Taub General Hospital in Houston. So, please help me welcome Regent Neil Muthiala.
Good morning. It is with great pleasure that I stand before you today to deliver greetings on behalf of the University of Houston System, Board of Regents, and your three sister universities, UH Clear Lake, UH Victoria, and UH Downtown. I'm very honored to serve on the Board of Regents and represent the more than 72,000 students, including you all. When I'm not attending to the board's affairs, I'm busy working on my undergraduate degree and looking forward to the day when I will be sitting where you are ready to receive my own diploma. But what keeps me going and gives me the strength to persevere is what we call Cougar Pride, a culture of Cougars helping Cougars, a culture of hard work and learning, and a culture of innovation and leadership. What makes the College of Arts and the University of Houston great is not its location or its buildings. It is each and every one of you who come here week after week to make a difference. We thank you for this and for all that you have done so far for our Cougar community. As a student myself, I recognize these last few years have not always been easy. I know there were difficulties that made it hard for you to come here today. Yet, by making the sacrifices to overcome those obstacles, you have all shown today that persistence does lead to success. So I ask you to persist going forward. Persist like Houstonians after Hurricane Harvey. Persist like our unrelenting Houston Astros. And most importantly, persist like the hardworking UH Cougars you are. And while you persist, do not forget those that have helped you along the way. Whether it be a fellow student who lent you a pen when you had forgotten yours, or a mentor who gave you sound advice when you needed it, we have all benefited from the support of others. Take a good look around you right now, and find those who have stood strong by your side. Your peers who sit next to you, the College of Arts faculty and staff who are present here today, your proud friends and relatives who crowd the stands, and perhaps most importantly, your parents. Remember to thank them, and thank them often. In a few very short moments, your degrees will be conferred, and you will all be U of H graduates. It is important to recognize that the degree you receive is not merely the diploma you will hang on your wall. Rather, it is the sum of your experiences and growth here at U of H, and all that you will make from it in the years ahead. I know that the College of Arts has taught you not to just reach expectations, but to exceed them and to redefine them. And as a UH student, I could not be prouder to know that you will be my fellow alumni and future leaders in our communities. And so, on behalf of the Board of Regents and your peers from the other UH system universities, congratulations. We wish you the very best in your future. We will always be here to support and cheer for you. And it is our hope that as you continue to make big strides in the years ahead, that you will continue to stay in touch with your alma mater. Thank you, and congratulations again.
Regent, thank you so much. It's great to have you here. So in addition to a student body and a faculty as the most important sort of pillars in a university, you also have to have strong leadership to achieve excellence in the programs. In this college, leadership is provided by the members of the Dean's Cabinet, and I would now like to introduce each of them and ask them to stand and be recognized. And note that some of them could not be here today. There are numerous other things happening today, but we'd still like to recognize them nevertheless. Please join me in recognizing, hold your applause until the end, but join me in recognizing the Associate Dean, David Bertman, the Director of the School of Music, Blake Wilkins, the Director of the School of Art, Beckham Dossett, the Director of the School of Theater and Dance, Rob Shimko, the Director of the Dance Program in the School of Theater and Dance, Karen Stokes, the Director of the MA Program in Arts Leadership, Florette Fernando, and then not joining us today, not able to join us today, is the Director of the Blaffer Art Museum, Toby Camps, the Director of the Cynthia Woods Mitchell Center for the Arts, Karen Farber, the Director of Interdisciplinary Studies, Abinandi Meza, and the Director of the Center for Art and Social Engagement, Sixto Wagon. Give them a hand for me. I really appreciate what every one of them are doing for me and for you. I really couldn't do it without you all. Thank you so much. So finally, graduation is a memorable time for family and friends, as they have contributed their love, support, and encouragement in order for you, the graduates, to be able to accomplish this goal. This commencement could be a first time ever, I think, for some families, while for others it might be a tradition that is continuing over many generations. But in any case, to express our gratitude for all those who have made our graduate success possible, I would like to ask now for all the mothers, fathers, spouses, children, grandparents, cousins, siblings, and significant others who have participated in the success of our graduates to please stand now and let us recognize you. Every one of us here, and not just your relatives, appreciate your love, support, and guidance. Thank you so much. And now I'd like to introduce the student speaker on the commencement ceremony. This is the student who was selected to contribute some remarks to the commencement by virtue of his having the highest GPA, the highest grade point average, in the McGovern College of the Arts in this graduating class. So I'd now like to introduce to you Michael Perry Chandler. Perry is a Houston native. He's graduating with a BFA, a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Painting. After graduation, he will be continuing his education, looking to see the world, and continuing to expand his knowledge and share his ideas through art, whether that be through painting, drawing, or through film. Perry is excited to take the skills he developed and the experiences he found here at the University of Houston and build upon those to make his dreams a reality. Welcome, Perry Chandler.
Hello. I first want to start by congratulating all the graduates here. It is a long road and full of a lot of ups and downs, but this is one of the biggest ups that we've had up to this point. I feel my time here at the University of Houston was full of discovery and maturity of my skills and knowledge as an artist. The faculty members at the Kathrine McGovern School of Arts, such as Rachel Hecker, Kelly Vance, and Aaron Perizette, gave me the freedom to explore my ideas freely and encouraged me to take those dreams into the future. I will be continuing my education in the fall, and I am looking forward to seeing new places and experiencing new adventures while sharing my art with the world. I encourage my fellow graduates to dream big and work to make those dreams a reality. Thank you.
And now it's my turn to say a few words here before we get to the most important part, which is the recognition of the candidates and the conferral of degrees. So I want to take the opportunity to talk for a minute here, specifically to the graduates in the graduating class, all of whom appear to be sitting right in front of me, so that's very convenient. Congratulations to you all. I want you to do me a favor. Think back with me, not just over these last few years, but back further than that, and back to the time that you decided you wanted to be an artist. Back to the time that you decided that you wanted to pursue an education and possibly even a career in the arts. Think about why you did it. And if you'll think about that, I'd imagine you might have done it for many of the same reasons that I did it. I went to Penn State University as a civil engineer, but I made the choice halfway through that degree to pursue a liberal arts education in music. So I'm a musician. Now, why did I do it? Why do any of us do it? We make these choices because we understand the value of the arts. We understand the value of the arts for the future of our culture, our society, and our democracy. We understand the value of a liberal education in the arts as one that feeds a hunger for deep intellectual and creative fulfillment that I know we all share. Now, it's hard sometimes for all of us, including me, it's hard sometimes to express where this value comes from. Many in our society try to find value in the arts, in economic, political, or other terms that appear to have currency in the culture, or that facilitate direct demonstrable measurement in numeric values. Now, make no mistake, I'm sure that such expressions of the value of the arts are themselves valuable, but I'm also concerned that they obscure, they hide, or they blur other equally important sources of value of the arts, other sources that are harder to define, but that deserve equal attention and equally active expression. So let's think about this question for a minute, this question of value. A liberal education and an education in the arts is one that produces the kinds of people that I think we need more of in our society today. It produces people prepared to solve not only the problems that are in front of us today, but the problems that will be in front of us tomorrow, ones that we don't even yet know exist. These are the people who know the difference, as a great friend and colleague of mine likes to say, between real solutions and false posturing, between logic and illogical fallacy, between deep beauty versus surface ornamentation. These are the people with the open-mindedness and the intellectual agility to find strategic ways out of society's most intractable dilemmas. The arts pose questions, the arts pose the difficult questions that we as a society need to address, and they acclimate people at the same time to the uncomfortable task of considering the difficult answers to those difficult questions. So in an age when people of different cultural, political, and faith backgrounds are constantly being driven apart, deprived of the social and intellectual richness that results from deep and meaningful interaction with people who are different from ourselves, the arts function as a unifying force. Indeed, the value of the arts through the ages is that they provide a window onto oneself as well as a window onto others. They provide a lens through which we can discover the beauty in ourselves as well as the beauty in others. Now let me tell you two stories that help illustrate what I mean. The first comes from literature, from the Louisiana novelist Walker Percy, who, writing in the great Southern tradition of William Faulkner and Truman Capote, tells a story in his novel called The Last Gentleman of a character named Will Barrett walking the streets of New York and entering, in order to escape a rainstorm, the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Now, Will is not a New Yorker, nor is he educated in the arts, and he doesn't know how to look at the paintings that he finds on the walls once he's inside the museum. He's only gone into the museum, in fact, as Walker Percy tells us, because someone told him once that the museum was supposed to be a good environment and an environment that he was supposed to appreciate. So he goes inside. But once inside, not being able to figure out how to look at the art, he instead chooses to focus on looking at the other people who are in the museum looking at the art. And what he sees is at once disappointing and revealing. Walker Percy tells us that Will sees people who seemed happy to be in the museum, but who were, quote, afflicted in their happiness. They were serene, but their serenity was a perilous thing to see. In they came, smiling, and out they went, their eyes glazed over. End the quote. So what's happening here? The people were waiting. They were waiting for someone else to tell them what to think, tell them what was interesting, and tell them how they should feel. They were passive rather than active. We could say that they had become consumers rather than productive, thinking citizens. In fact, Walker Percy continues by commenting on just this aspect of the scene. He writes that, quote, a consumer is content to receive and experience just as it has been presented to him by theorists or by planners. Think about this. How many of us find ourselves in this position? In today's climate, how many of us are just doing what we're told rather than seeking our own identities? How many of us are just accepting what we are told about how the arts are or are not valuable, or just where the source of value in the arts really comes from. Now, I'm oversimplifying the story somewhat, but essentially what happens in Percy's story is that Will has an experience in the museum in which he acquires a sense of self. And the art in front of him is what makes it possible. He finds a way to look at the art, to observe the art, to make himself psychologically part of the art, to step outside his own world and into the world of the art, thus discovering his own sense of being, thus discovering things about himself that he might not have even known before. The second story comes from the world of professional music, and this is a story of the organization called the West Eastern Divan Orchestra, which is still active today and which was founded nearly 20 years ago by the Israeli conductor Daniel Barenboim and the Palestinian literary and cultural critic named Edward Said. So before Said's death from leukemia in 2003 at the age of 67, Said and Barenboim together spent their professional lives modeling how reasonable and thoughtful dialogue among people of different beliefs and with serious disagreements could advance peace and respect in the world. Said and Barenboim thus founded the East Western Divan Orchestra in 1999 as a student orchestra that placed young Palestinian and Israeli students, and more recently the ensemble has expanded to include students from other countries all across the Middle East. But in any case, founded to place young Palestinian and Israeli students side by side to play music in a professional orchestral environment. Now think about that with me. Obviously, if Barenboim and Said had wanted to form a top-flight view of the orchestra, they could have done so in many different ways. Clearly, the West Eastern Divan Orchestra is more about using music to bridge the gap between people for whom that gap can be so wide it's non-negotiable. The organization is more about, as Barenboim himself has explained, the belief that, quoting Barenboim here, it is absolutely essential for people to get to know the other, to understand what the other thinks and feels without necessarily agreeing to it. End quote. And I'll say that in quoting this, the other, he is quoting his partner Edward Said, right? His partner in founding the ensemble, Edward Said. The act of playing in that orchestra, the act of making music together, side by side, provides those students of widely varying cultural and faith backgrounds, a means of discovering each other, a means of discovering commonalities among one another where there may before have been no way of making those discoveries and no way of finding their common humanity. So in the spirit of telling you this story, I'd like to play you a short clip of the West Eastern Divan Orchestra with Barenboim conducting in music where the words that you'll hear, it's music with text, so there's a chorus, where the words you hear are by the great German poet Friedrich Schiller. The text tells us that all men shall become brothers, which is a message, I think, of discovering others if there ever was one. And the music, of course, many will recognize this, is by one of the great figures in the history of Western art, Ludwig van Beethoven, and this is a section of the Ninth Symphony of Beethoven. side, music of Beethoven. Now, I doubt that there will be many here in the audience, how could there be, who will disagree with me that the art in both of these stories, the source of the discovery of oneself and the source of the discovery of others, provides a value to these people and more widely to our culture at large. But at the same time, observe with me that the value of the art in both stories is not easily measurable. In both instances, the art has provided no obvious economic benefits. No dollars have been added to the economy in the short term as a result of the art in either story. And there is little or no immediately tangible data in either story that allows us to state the art's value in clear factual terms. Now, what does this mean for us and for the task we have in front of us? It means that my mandate to you, as you graduate from this institution, is to take it upon yourself to find your personal connection to these stories or other stories that illustrate the value of the arts. Connect these stories to the value of the arts, to your decision to pursue an education or a career in the arts. Take up your responsibility, and this is very important. Take up your responsibility, because it is your responsibility right now, to articulate these values, your values, to those in the society around you. No matter what you do with your degree, and no matter what career trajectory you take, it is your responsibility to find a way to explain to our society the value of an education in the arts. Do not allow anyone, including those in the political class, take the easy way out and make the facile argument or perpetuate the fallacy that those in other disciplines make a greater contribution to the market society in which we live. Just because it's harder to quantify the work we do and the products we produce with a clear dollar value doesn't mean that that work and those products are not valuable in the culture. On the contrary, and I want you to say this part with me, the arts change lives. They changed mine, they changed yours, and they changed those of the people in the stories I've shared with you today. Read your American history. Even Thomas Jefferson will tell you that the arts and an education in the arts are absolutely essential to the functioning and to the future of our society, our culture, and our very way of life. You made the bold choice to invest in that belief when you chose to become an artist. Now that you're graduating, don't stop being bold, start being bold. This is not the end, this is a commencement, and there's a reason we call it that. This is a beginning, and it's only the beginning. So go out with me and start changing lives. Congratulations on a job very well done.
Well, I'm inspired. And I'm not graduating. The Honors College at the University of Houston offers students special opportunities to develop their academic abilities. We would now like to recognize our students receiving Honors College Honors designation. Collegiate Honors, Michelle Giardeau. Membership in the Honors College, Anthony Larson. Stand up. And Avery Raban. I would now like to recognize our banner bearers. Every year, the college selects one student in the entire college, as well as one student from each school with the highest GPA. This is a great honor and achievement. Please join me in congratulating our banner bearers. Please stand and be recognized, and we'll recognize them each one at a time. The first one from the School of Art is Gabriela Elizabeth Aguilar Shalal. From the Moore School of Music, Jonathan Keller. From the School of Theater and Dance, Ariel Montemayor. And of course, you met Michael Perry Chandler, Kathrine G. McGovern College of the Arts banner with a 4-point GPA. Now what do you want to do? No, I'm kidding. At this time, we will now recognize our graduates, and I ask our commencement staff to line up our students. The college provides instruction leading to the Bachelor of Fine Arts, Music and Applied Music, Theater and Dance. We also offer Master of Fine Arts, Music and Arts, Leadership, and Doctorate of Musical Arts in various fields and in numerous interdisciplinary studies. The names of the candidates for graduation this semester are listed in your program. Not all of them are present today, but we will now recognize those who are. Before I start, I want to remind each graduate that we have arranged for a professional photographer to take your picture. The photographer will take your picture as the dean shakes your hand, which occurs right here. You will be able to view your proofs on the photographer's website with directions and a link posted on our college website. And I would like to ask Dean Davis to take his appointed place, and I now invite Dr. Blake Wilkins to present our candidates from the Moores School of Music.
Dean Davis, on behalf of the faculty of the Moore School of Music, I am honored to present my candidates for the doctorate degrees.
Rebecca Lynn Poole. Hooded by Dr. Paul Bertagnoli. Abigail Lee Sleva. Hooded by Dr. Barbara Rose Lang. Han Chin Jo. Hooded by Professor Nancy Weems. This concludes the presentation of the Doctor of Music Arts, Moore School of Music.
I now invite Florette Fernando to present our candidates from the MA in Arts Leadership.
Caroline Nicole Dakra.
Oh, I have one little thing to say. Dean Davis, on behalf of the faculty of the MA in Arts Leadership, I am honored to present my candidates for master degrees.
Caroline Nicole Dakra. Brianna G. Gonzalez. Justina Faye Hall. Caroline Harlan Maelstevite. Ryan Page Roussel. This concludes the presentation of the Master of Arts in Arts Leadership.
I now invite Dr. Blake Wilkins to present our candidates from the Moore School of Music.
Dean Davis, on behalf of the faculty of the Moore School of Music, I am honored to present my candidates for master's degrees.
Andrew Anthony Cavazos. Yu Chen Chang. Shuar Chen. Abigail Christie Hawes. Elaine Ware. This concludes the presentation of the Moore School of Music, Master of Music.
I now invite Rob Shimko to present our candidates from the School of Theater and Dance.
Dean Davis, on behalf of the faculty of the School of Theater and Dance, I am honored to present our candidates for master degrees.
Julia Christine Becker. Jessica Ferrarone. Bethany Marie Kennedy. Stephanie Lee Laney. Christine Barr McClung. Destiny Renee Miller.
This concludes the candidates from the School of Theater and Dance.
I now would like to invite Beckham Dossett to present our candidates from the School of Art.
Dean Davis, on behalf of the faculty of the School of Art, I am honored to present my candidates for bachelor degrees.
Michael Perry Chandler. Gabriela Elizabeth Aguilar Shalab. Teresa Elizabeth Batori. Jessica Betts. Leah Bree Bidalik. Cheryl Marie Casares. Kathrine Elaine Cummings. Lisa Ann Esquivel. Cassandra Aide Gomez. Estefania Garcia. Jennifer Jocelyn Garcia. Adriana Cecilia Guillen. Joshua Luke Hernandez. Alexander Ray Hewitt. Uriel Landeros. Samantha Marie Luxembourg. Crystalline Patricia Nash. Shelby C. Odell. Garrett Regano. Caroline Ryan. Yu Sun. Fatima D. Walker. This concludes the presentation of the School of Art.
And now I'd like to invite back Dr. Blake Wilkins to present the candidates from the Moore School of Music.
Dean Davis, on behalf of the faculty of the Moore School of Music, I am honored to present my candidates for the bachelor degree.
Ian V. Claus. Nicole Louise Delaney. Jonathan Taylor Keller. Eric Alexander Dueñas. Nadia Alexis Alexandrani. Kathrine Marie Genzer. Michelle Therese Gerardo. Catherine Marie Houghton. Mark Hiroshi Kamei. Su Jin Ko. Jonathan Langan. Anthony J. Larson. Kara Joy Martin. Avery N. Rabin. Imogen Alice Vanderwerf. Jacob A. Wiggins. Tyler Windle. Lindsay Winstrand. This concludes the presentation of the Moores School of Music.
I now invite Rob Shimko to present our candidates from the School of Theater and Dance.
Dean Davis, on behalf of the faculty of the School of Theater and Dance, I am honored to present my candidates for bachelor's degrees.
Ariel D. Montemayor. Jillian Rebecca Bowen. Hudson J. Davis. This concludes the presentation of the School of Theater and Dance.
And now, Dean Davis.
At this time, I'd like to confer the degrees. Will all the doctoral and professional degree candidates please stand? Doctoral degree candidates. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the people of the state of Texas and by the Board of Regents of the University of Houston system, and on the recommendation of the university faculty, I now confer upon each of you the respective doctoral and professional degree for which you have fulfilled all requirements. Congratulations. Will the master's degree candidates please stand? By virtue of the authority vested in me by the people of the state of Texas and by the Board of Regents of the University of Houston system, and on the recommendation of the university faculty, I now confer upon each of you the respective master's degree for which you have fulfilled all requirements. Congratulations. And will all the candidates for bachelor's degrees please stand? And the faculty, would you please stand? By virtue of the authority vested in me by the people of the state of Texas and by the Board of Regents of the University of Houston system, and on the recommendation of the faculty of the university, I now confer upon each of you the respective bachelor's degree for which you have now fulfilled all requirements. You may now turn your class ring, and you may now move your tassel from the right to the left. Congratulations. This brings the commencement for the Kathrine J. McGovern College of the Arts to an end. I wish all of you all the best for the next stage of your careers. Remember your times here at the university. Come back to visit us often. You came to the college as students. You leave as alums. I love you all. Congratulations.
Please be seated. I would like for all the staff members to stand and be recognized. We are very thankful for this team who helped make this commencement possible. I would like to thank all our performers who will perform as we leave following the commencement. There will be a reception in the lobby of the Morris Opera House. Please join us in celebrating our graduates in this wonderful moment. Thank you for coming. The conclusion of our recessional will mark the end of this ceremony, and we have a video that leads into our alma mater. Again, on behalf of the Dean and all of us in the Kathrine G. McGovern College of the Arts, we are so happy and excited for you, and thank you for attending our first commencement in the college.
Thank you.